Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitang Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namane. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Trinadapi Sunichena Tarad Iva Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Vikivalam. Kalo Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Gatiranyata. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasadi Gaur, Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So for my lecture tonight, I'm going to present the Bhaktivedanta Purport to the 9th chapter of the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam concerning the Damodar Lila. It is practically all the purports Prabhupada wrote in connection. So let us begin. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So Prabhupada begins. The incident of Krishna's breaking the pot of yogurt and being bound by Mother Yashoda took place on Diwali day. Among all the cows of Nanda Maharaj, several of Mother Yashoda's cows only ate grasses so favorably and so flavorful that the grasses would automatically flavor the milk. Mother Yashoda wanted to collect the milk from these cows, make it into yogurt, and churn it into butter personally, since she thought that her child Krishna was going to the houses of neighborhood gopas and gopis to steal butter, because Krishna did not like the milk in yogurt ordinarily prepared at home. While churning butter, Mother Yashoda was singing about all the childhood activities of Krishna. Mother Yashoda did not want to forget Krishna's activities at any time. Meanwhile, Krishna was sleeping within a room. And as soon as Krishna got up, Krishna became hungry and went to see Yashoda. So I also would like the benediction of never forgetting Krishna's activities at any time. So I'm praying to Guru in Krishna that I get that benediction. Wanting to stop her from churning and drink the milk of her breasts, Krishna stopped Yashoda from moving the churning rod. Everything in the household affairs of Mother Yashoda was meant for Krishna. Although Krishna was drinking the breast milk of Mother Yashoda, when she saw that the milk pan in the kitchen was overflowing, Yashoda had to take care of it immediately, and thus she left Krishna, who then became very angry, not having been fully satisfied with drinking the milk of her breast. As it is for sometimes, one must take care of more than one item of important business for the same purpose. Therefore, Mother Yashoda was not unjust when she left Krishna to take care of the overflowing milk. It is only natural that when a child becomes angry, it can begin crying with false tears in its eyes. So Krishna did this, and biting his reddish lips with his teeth, Krishna broke the pot with a stone, entered a room, and began to eat the freshly churned butter. Seeing the pot broken and Krishna not present, Yashoda definitely concluded that the breaking of the pot was the work of Krishna. There was no doubt about it. Mother Yashoda was able to trace Krishna by following his butter-smeared footprints. Yashoda saw that Krishna was stealing butter, and thus she smiled. Meanwhile, the crows also entered the room and came out in fear. Thus, Mother Yashoda found Krishna stealing butter and very anxiously looking here and there. Yogis, mystics, want to catch Krishna as Paramatma, and with great austerities and penances, they try to approach Krishna, yet they cannot. Here we see, however, that Krishna is about to be caught by Mother Yashoda and is running away in fear. This illustrates the difference between the Bhakta and the yogis. Yogis cannot reach Krishna, but for pure devotees like Mother Yashoda, Krishna is already caught. Krishna was even afraid of Mother Yashoda's stick. Yogis cannot capture Krishna by their severe penances and austerities, but Mother Yashoda, despite all obstacles, was finally able to catch Krishna without difficulty. From these dealings between Mother Yashoda and Krishna, we can understand the exalted position of a pure devotee in loving service to the Lord. Krishna became so dependent on Mother Yashoda that when Yashoda simply showed Krishna the stick in her hand, Krishna admitted to being an offender and began to cry like an ordinary child. Mother Yashoda, of course, did not want to chastise her beloved Krishna very much, and therefore Yashoda immediately threw the stick and simply rebuked Krishna, saying, "Now I shall bind you so that you cannot commit any further offensive activities, nor for the time being can you play with your playmates." This shows the position of a pure devotee, in contrast with others like Jnanis, yogis, and the followers of Vedic ritualistic ceremonies in regards to the transcendental nature of the absolute truth. Mother Yashoda wanted to bind Krishna not in order to chastise Krishna, but because Yashoda thought that Krishna was so restless that Krishna might leave the house in fear, and that would be another disturbance. Therefore, out of full affection, to stop Krishna from leaving the house, Yashoda wanted to bind Krishna with rope. Mother Yashoda wanted to impress upon Krishna that since he was afraid merely to see her stick, Krishna should not perform such disturbing activities as breaking the container of yogurt and butter and distributing its contents to the monkeys. Mother Yashoda did not care to understand who Krishna was and how Krishna's power spreads everywhere. This is an example of pure love for Krishna. Krishna is greater than the greatest, being unlimited and all-pervading. So how can it be possible for the all-pervading to be measured or bound? Then again, Krishna is the time factor. Therefore, Krishna is all-pervading, not only in space, but also in time. We have measurements of time, but although we are limited by past, present, and future, for Krishna, these do not exist. Every individual person can be measured, but Krishna had already previously shown that although Krishna is also an individual, the entire cosmic manifestation is within Krishna's mouth. All these points considered, Krishna cannot be measured. How then did Yashoda want to measure Krishna and bind him? We must conclude that this took place simply on the platform of pure transcendental love. This was the only cause. Krishna is available only to devotees. Devotees can handle Krishna because they act on the basis of loving service. Thus, Mother Yashoda wanted to bind Krishna. So here is the first chapter in Krishna's exhibition of unlimited potency to Mother Yashoda. For when Yashoda tried to bind Krishna, the rope was too short. Krishna had already shown his unlimited potency by killing Putana, Shakata Asura, and Trinavarta. Now, Krishna exhibited another vibhuti, or display of potency, to Mother Yashoda. In essence, he was telling her, unless I agree, you cannot bind me. Thus, although Mother Yashoda, in her attempt to bind Krishna, added one rope after another, ultimately she was a failure. But when Krishna agreed, however, Yashoda was ultimately successful. In other words, one must be in transcendental love with Krishna. But that does not mean that one can control Krishna. When Krishna is satisfied with one's devotional service, Krishna does everything himself. Krishna reveals more and more to the devotee as the devotee advances in service. Actually, this incident was wonderful because Krishna was only a child with small hands. To bind Krishna should have required only a rope not more than 2 feet long. All the ropes in the house combined together might have been hundreds of feet long. But still, Krishna was impossible to bind, for all the ropes together were still too short. Naturally, Mother Yashoda and her gopi friends thought, how is this possible? Seeing this funny affair, all of them were smiling. The first rope was short by a measurement the width of 2 fingers. And after the second rope was added, it was still 2 fingers too short. If the shortness of all the ropes were added together, it must have amounted to the width of hundreds of fingers. Certainly this was astonishing. And so this was another exhibition of Krishna's inconceivable potency to his mother and his mother's friends. When Mother Yashoda and the other ladies finally saw that Krishna, although decorated with many bangles and other jeweled ornaments, could not be bound with all the ropes available in the house, they decided that Krishna was so fortunate that Krishna could not be bound by any material condition. Thus, they gave up the idea of binding Krishna. But in competition between Krishna and his devotee, Krishna sometimes agrees to be defeated. Thus, Krishna's internal energy, Yoga Maya, was thus brought to work, and Krishna finally agreed to be bound by Mother Yashoda. This pastime of Krishna's is very difficult to understand, but devotees can understand it. It is therefore said that Krishna displays the transcendental attribute of coming under the control of his devotees. This is a comparative study between Mother Yashoda and other devotees of Krishna. The only supreme master is Krishna, and all others are Krishna's servants. Krishna has the transcendental quality of becoming subordinate to Krishna's servant. Now, although everyone is Krishna's servant, and although Krishna has the quality of becoming subordinate to his servant, the position of Mother Yashoda is the greatest. Lord Brahma is a servant of Krishna, and Lord Brahma is Adi Kavi, the original creator of this universe. Nonetheless, even Lord Brahma could not obtain such mercy as Mother Yashoda. And as for Lord Shiva, he is the topmost Vaishnava. What to speak of Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva? The goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, is the Lord's constant companion in service, since she always associates with body. But even Lakshmi could not get such mercy. Therefore, Maharaj Parikshit was surprised. He was thinking, what did Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj do in their previous lives by which they got such a great opportunity? The opportunity to be the affectionate father and mother of Krishna. There are different types of mukti or liberation, such as Sayuja, Salokya, Sarupya, Sarshti, and Samipya. But Vimukti means special mukti. When, after liberation, one is situated on the platform of Prema Bhakti, then one is said to have achieved Vimukti, special mukti. That exalted platform is known as Prema, and Mother Yashoda naturally acts in such an exalted position in loving affairs. Yashoda is therefore Nitya Siddha, a devotee, an expansion of Krishna's Ladini potency. Krishna's potency to enjoy transcendental bliss through expansions who are special devotees. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as the son of Mother Yashoda, is very easily available to devotees, but not to tapasvis, yogis, jnanis, and others who have a bodily concept of life. Everyone is seeking Krishna, for Krishna is the super soul of all individual souls. Everyone loves his or her own body and wants to protect it because one is within the body as the soul. And everyone loves the soul because the soul is part and parcel of the supersoul. Therefore, everyone is actually seeking to achieve happiness by reviving his or her relationship with the supersoul. The karmis, jnanis, yogis, and saintly persons are all seeking Krishna, but by following in the footsteps of devotees who are in a direct relationship with Krishna, especially the inhabitants of Vrindavan, one can reach the supreme position of associating with Krishna. As it is said, Krishna does not leave Vrindavan even for a moment. The Vrindavana-vasis, Mother Yashoda, Krishna's friends, and Krishna's conjugal lovers, the younger gopis with whom Krishna dances, have very intimate relationships with Krishna. And if one follows in the footsteps of these devotees, then Krishna is available. But there are those who are attached to bodily concepts of life. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, for example, have very prestigious positions, and thus they have the sense of being very exalted Ishwaras or controllers. In other words, because Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are guna avatars and have exalted positions, they have some small sense of being like Krishna. But the pure devotees who inhabit Vrindavan do not possess any bodily conception. They are fully dedicated to the service of the Lord in sublime affection, prema. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has therefore recommended the highest perfection of life is pure love in relationship with Krishna. And Mother Yashoda appears to be the topmost of devotees who have attained this perfection. So now, I will sing the Damodar Rastakhan prayers, and as a special treat, I will give you my own personal translations of the Damodar Rastakhan and the Nirantara Purport, and you can judge accordingly. Namamishwaram Sachid Ananda Rupam Dasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam. Namamishwaram Sachid Ananda Rupam Dasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam. Yashoda Biolukulat Navamanam Param Rishnam Atyanta Dodrutya Gopya. Yashoda Biolukulat Navamanam Param Rishnam Atyanta Dodrutya Gopya. Rudantang Mohur Netra Yugmam Rejantang Karamboja Yugmena Satanka Netram. Rudantang Mahur Netra Yugmam Rejantang Karamboja Yugmena Satanka Netram. Muhushvasa Kampa Trirekanka Kanta Stita Graivam Damodaram Bhakti Badham. Muhushvasa Kampa Trirekanka Kanta Stita Graivam Damodaram Bhakti Badham. Bhakti Badham, Bhakti Badham, Bhakti Badham, Bhakti Badham. Idrik Swalila Bir Ananda Kunde Swagoshang Nimajantam Akyapayantam Itidrik Swalilabir Ananda Kunde Swagoshang Nimajantam Akyapayantam Tadiyeshita Geshu Bhaktair Jitatvam Punak Prematastam Shatavritti Bande Tadiyeshita Geshu Bhaktair Jitatvam Punak Prematastam Shatavritti Bande Varandeva Mokshana Mokshavadhingva Nachanyang Vrinehang Vareshada Iha Varandeva Moksham Namokshavadhingva Nachanyang Vrinehang Vareshad Apiha Idang Deva Purnata Gopala Balam Sadame Manas Yavi Rastam Kimanyai Idang Deva Purnata Gopala Balam Sadame Manas Yavi Rastam Kimanyai Idang Te Mukam Bojam Adyanta Nilaya Ritang Kuntalai Snigda Ruktaisha Gopya Idang Te Mukam Bojam Adyanta Nilaya Ritang Kuntalai Snigda Ruktaisha Gopya Muhushchumbitam Bimba Ruktada Rangme Manasya Virastam Alam Laksha Labhai Muhushchumbitam Bimba Ruktada Rangme Manasya Virastam Alam Laksha Labhai Namo Deva Damodar Ananta No Prasida Paduka Chalati Magnam Namo Deva Damodar Ananta Vishnu Prasida Paduka Chalati Magnam Kripadristi Vrishyati Dinang Vatanu Vihanesha Mamagyam Ejakshi Drishya Kripadristi Vrishyati Dinang Bhatanu Vihanesha Mamagyam Ejakshi Drishya Kuveratma Jau Badha Murtyai Vayadvat Vayamochi Tao Bhakti Vajau Kritau Cha Kuveratma Jo Badha Murtyai Vayadvat Vayamochi Tao Bhakti Vajau Kritau Cha Tatha Prema Bhakti Swakang Me Prayachcha Namokshe Grahomesti Damodareha Tatha Prema Bhakti Swakang Me Prayachcha Namokshe Grahomesti Damodareha Namaste Studamne Spuradipti Damne Tvadiyodarayatha Vishvasya Damne Namaste Studamne Spuradipti Damne Tvadiyodarayatha Vishvasya Damne Radhikayai Tvadiya Priyayai Namo Nanta Lilaya Devaya Tubhyam Namo Radhikayai Tvadiya Priyayai Namo Nanta Lilaya Devaya Tubhyam Namamishwaram Sachit Ananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Namo Radhikayai Tvadiya Priyayai Namo Nanta Lilaya Devaya Tubhyam Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe Jaya Radha Damodar Radha Damodar Radhe. Balaram, I dedicated that to you so that you become completely free of the coronavirus. And because you're such a good friend to me. So now here is my translation and purport to this Damodar Rastakhan prayer. I bow down to the Supreme Controller, whose form is composed of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. So this is the same thing Lord Brahma says. Ishvara Paramaha Krishna Sachit Ananda Vigraha. So the author of this song, Satyavrata Muni, is in complete agreement with Lord Brahma. This Supreme Controller, whose earrings play and swing, who is splendorously manifest in Gokula, but in fear of Mother Yashoda, he gets down from the wooden rice-grinding mortar and runs away. So this is significant, because in the very first chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, we learn from Shonaka Rishi that fear personified is not only afraid of Krishna, is afraid of Krishna's name. And yet, Krishna is afraid, as you see in the picture, of Mother Yashoda with his stick. This is bewildering. Even Kunti Devi in her prayer said that this pastime is bewildering. However, the gopi, Sri Yashoda, very much quickly chasing after him, catches him by the back. So when Krishna saw Yashoda, he jumped down from the wooden rice grinding mortar and ran. And it's explained in Bhagavatam and Krishna book that because of Yashoda's particular body, she was not able to immediately capture Krishna. It took some time, but ultimately she caught him, as the picture here shows. She has Krishna, and there she goes. Crying again and again with very fearful eyes, rubbing his two eyes with his two lotus-like hands again and again, quickly breathing, sighing, and trembling. And the pearl necklace and other ornaments are also moving, and they are situated on his neck. His neck is marked with 3 lines, just like a kancha. So this is yet another example of why our Bhaktivedanta philosophy and what we learn in Bhagavatam is the topmost study of God. Where else are you going to find in other scriptures such detailed information about God? You're not going to find it. But in our Vaishnava literatures, detailed information about God is given. That's why I follow this philosophy. There's an expression, the devil is in the details. Well, God is in the details. So nowhere else are you going to find such detailed information of God, which is what I've been interested in my life. I offer my humble obeisances unto Damodar with a rope around his belly, but he is bound only by devotion. And in the narration, the purport, we heard that Yashoda gathered all the ropes in the house, and each time she tried to tie the final knot, it was 2 fingers, 2 inches too short. Krishna was showing to Mother Yashoda and to all of us, I am completely independent. I am Ananta. I am unlimited. You cannot bind me. And certainly you cannot bind me with rope. The Sanskrit word for rope, guna. No rope can tie up Krishna. Another meaning of the word guna, the modes of nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, they cannot bind Krishna. That's why when Krishna comes to this earth, the modes of nature do not affect him. No matter what Krishna does, the modes of Krishna is above the modes of nature. And another meaning of guna is quality. Krishna has no material qualities, but he has transcendental qualities. That is the difference. So we heard in Prabhupada's purport, when Krishna saw that Mother Yashoda had become flabbergasted, had become frustrated, and all the other cowherd women in the village came and they were seeing what Krishna was doing. They were smiling. And Yashoda gave up. What am I going to do? I've used all the rope. Actually, Yashoda could have gotten all the rope in the universe. It would still be 2 fingers too short. But when Krishna was ultimately satisfied by his mother's attempt, he allowed himself to be tied up. That is the difference. When I was growing up, there was a silly TV show, Superman. And Superman was like an American version of Krishna. He was invincible. But Superman had a kryptonite. One thing that would make Superman a mere mortal human being. So Krishna also has a kryptonite. Mother Yashoda is showing it. Bhakti, bhakti, pure love. Or as Prabhupada was explaining, he was using the word prema, pure love. That is the only thing that's more powerful than Krishna. Therefore, Krishna is called Madan Mohan, the attractor of Cupid. Cupid is all powerful in this material world. All the conditioned souls are bewildered by Cupid. But Krishna defeats Cupid. But Radharani is Madana Mohana Mohini. She can attract and bewilder that person who bewilders Cupid. So she is more powerful. So that's why in the song I said, Bhakti Badham, Bhakti Badham, Bhakti Badham. Only by love and devotion will Krishna allow himself to be tied up. 3rd verse. Displaying childhood pastimes, such as this Damodar Lila and so forth, in this way immersing his own family, and the other residents of Gokula in a pool of bliss by his own pastimes. So yes, if you read Krishna book or 10th canto, so many nectarian pastimes are there of Krishna. And all these pastimes make Krishna the cynosure, the center of affection for all the residents of Vrindavan. That is the unique feature of Vrindavan. Everyone and everything in Vrindavan centers on Krishna. And to those desirous of knowing Krishna's majesty, Aishvarya, Damodar makes it known his quality of being conquered by his loving devotees who are devoid of such Aishvarya Jnana. Yes, here is the picture of Mother Yashoda. She is unaware that her son is God. For Yashoda, God is Narayan. They worship Lord Narayan as God. But God has become her son. But she does not know that he's God. And neither does she care. And in so many instances, like in the previous, when Krishna revealed his universal form in his mouth, and Yashoda saw himself and Krishna in Krishna's mouth, for a moment Yashoda thought, oh my God, my son is God. But then immediately the Yogamaya takes over and she says, no. This is some derangement of the mind. This is just my boy. So Yashoda is completely unaware of Krishna's position. And Krishna wants it that way because she wants Yashoda to relate to him like a mother relates to a child. Krishna in Vaikuntha is receiving so much prayers and veneration and worship, but he prefers this, that his loving, pure devotees treat him like an ordinary human being. This he relishes more. Damodar makes it known his quality of being conquered by his loving devotees who are devoid of such Aishvarya Gyan, or knowledge of his opulence. And so again, with love and devotion, hundreds and hundreds of times I praise Lord Damodar. O Lord, I do not pray for the boon of moksha, either as in personal liberation, or even the highest pinnacle of liberation, entering the realm of Sri Vaikuntha Loka. So there are 5 kinds of liberation: merging with Krishna, which devotees reject; having the same opulence as Krishna, the same form as God, equal status, like that, different, living on the same planet. But the author of this song is saying, I'm not interested. Nor do I want anything else from you. Oh Lord, I know you can bestow any boon. May this divine bodily form of yours, as a young cowherder boy, Bala Gopala, here in Vrindavan, may that ever be manifest in my heart. What is the use of other things? So this Satyavrata Muni is at the topmost stage of devotion. He's not interested in anything. All he wants is this picture of Krishna as Damodar. All he wants is to be always able to vision this. He doesn't want anything else. Even if you offer him, he's no. I just want this. I want to always have this picture in my heart. That's called prema. O Lord, your lotus-like face, surrounded by curling locks of hair, which are very dark blue, soft and glossy, tinted red. So again, detailed information about God. His hair is dark blue. Where is that in the Bible? Where is that in the Quran? They don't have this. We have it. Detailed, dark blue, soft, glossy, tinted red. Your lotus-like face is also kissed again and again by the Gopi Sri Yashoda. So in my heart, may all this be manifest, because there is no need for me to request the attainment of millions of other boons which are simply useless. In the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains the stage of Samadhi, and there is that one line: having gained this, one thinks there is no greater gain. Satyavrata Muni in this song is showing you he has reached that. He wants this Samadhi. He wants to always see beautiful Krishna with the dark blue hair, soft, glossy, tinted red, and kissed by Mother Yashoda on the cheeks. That's what he wants. Be pleased, Deva, O Divine Lord. Be pleased, Damodar, O Lord, whose belly is bound with a rope. Be pleased, Ananta, O limitless Lord. Be pleased, Vishnu, O all-pervading Lord. Be pleased, Prabhu, my master. I bow down to you. Alas, I am immersed in a network of miseries in this material ocean. So please accept me and rain down your merciful glance upon this very fallen and ignorant fool. O supremely independent Lord, please become perceptible to my eyes. This 6th prayer is very similar to what Lord Chaitanya says in his 5th Shikshastakam. Ainandatanujjikinkaram patitang me vishama bhuva buddha kripayata pada pankaja stituduli sadrishangachintaya. First of all, prayer means in mood of humility. So Chaitanya prays, I am fallen, patita. I have fallen down into this Baba Ambudi, ocean of material existence. My Lord, you kindly pick me up and place me as one of the many atoms at your lotus feet. Same thing says here by Satyavrata. Please become perceptible to my eyes. During the time of the 2 weeks after Snanayatra, we play Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu Me. Oh my Lord, kindly be visible unto me. Now in the 7th verse, this takes up after the Damodar Lila, because after Yashoda tied up Krishna, Krishna was thinking, my mother thinks now that I'm tied up, I cannot create any more mischief. I'm going to show my mother I'm now going to do more nonsense. So Krishna looked out into the courtyard and he saw the 2 trees. And Krishna, because he's Sarvagya, all-knowing, oh yes, those 2 trees. Narada wants me to deliver the 2 sons of Kubera, who were very big nonsense. So because of Narada's desire, I will deliver them. I personally have nothing to do with those 2 rascals. But because Narada wants me, I will deliver them. So what does Satyavrata say? The two sons of Kuvera, named Nalakuvara and Manigriva, were delivered by you, whose divine form was bound with ropes to the grinding mortar, since they were cursed by Narada to take birth as twin Arjuna trees. But they were delivered and liberated by you, and you made them also the recipients of devotional service. I just recorded today before the program. I recorded that chapter. And it was interesting that after Krishna delivered them, Krishna said, yes, I'm giving you this special benediction that you will always remember me and you will never fall down from that position. Wow. You couldn't ask for a greater benediction. They would never forget Krishna. That's the real prayer. Not like we know so many people, give me money, give me wife, give me college, give me this, give me. Same thing now in Christmas time. Everything is gimme. My mother used to always tell me, Nikki, gimme never gets. My mother was like a guru. She was training me. Yes, no gimme. Devotees want to give service to Krishna. But you can ask for loving devotion. You can ask for this ecstatic samadhi. O Lord Damodar, please give unto me your own loving devotion. I do not have enthusiasm for liberation. Final prayer. Obeisances to you. Obeisances unto the rope around your waist. Obeisances unto your splendorous effulgent abode. Obeisances unto your splendorous belly, which is the shelter of the entire universe. Obeisances unto Sri Radhika, your beloved. Wow. Satyavrata knows about Srimati Radharani. This again proves how exalted this Satyavrata Muni is. Obeisances unto your limitless sportive pastimes. Obeisances unto your transcendental nature. Obeisances unto you. I will chant for a minute or two, and then I will entertain questions. So I hope Balaram has a question for me. Namaste Nara Simhaya Prahlada Klada Dayane Hiranya Kashipura Bhaksha Shilatanga Nakalaye Ito Nasringa Padato Nasringo Yato Yam To Nasringa Bahi Nasringa Hridaye Nasringa Nrsingham Madim Sharanam Prapadye Nrsinghamadim Sharanam Prapadye Tavakara Kamala Vare Nakam Adbhuta Sringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Bringam Keshavadrita Narahadi Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadish Jai Jagadish Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Vishnupad Paramahansa Paribrajaka Astotra Satya Sri Srimad, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Brindi Ki Jai, Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem se koho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindi Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyamakunda Radha Kundagiri Govardhana Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai, Navadvip Dham Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai, Jamuna Devi Ki Jai, Ganga Devi Ki Jai, ISKCON San Diego Ki Jai, Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Okay, Balaram.
Yeah, I appreciate your presentation. Very refreshing. Yeah, lately I've seen in ISKCON devotees, they have kind of been the leaders of the movement, of the Hare Krishna movement, have been trying to, like, you could say, encourage people more to read Srila Prabhupada's books. And sometimes people, they have a problem because they feel like it's hard for them to concentrate. It's hard for them to become absorbed in the books because there's so much going on. So maybe you could give some advice in relation to that, how to become absorbed in the information rather than, be easily distracted and,
I can answer this question from personal experience.
Okay.
So, number one, find the book that you're most attracted to. That's number one. Now, you may have several books, but find a particular book that you are attracted to. Number two, you have to create for yourself a space where nobody can interfere. You have to set your Samadhi zone. So when I take down this picture, let me show you. I'll remove the picture. You'll see my bhajan kutir. This is where I do all my chanting. You see my studio here. I do my recording. I do my praying. I do everything in this room. And another thing, turn this off. This is the biggest Maya on the planet today. Turn this off. Get it, put it away, and spend quality time with you and Krishna. And if you do that every day, 10 minutes, half hour, no disturbance, and you go into your Samadhi zone, you will derive great pleasure, and you will look forward, oh, this is my Samadhi time. Rest of the world, goodbye. For instance, on my phone, I set the settings, and when people call, my message is, I'm so sorry I can't come to the phone right now because I am in Samadhi. And when I come out of Samadhi, then I will call you. Have you heard my message?
No.
You should try sometime. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
When I turn this off, nobody can touch me. And I have unlimited facility. Because of my wife, she has given me unlimited facility to hear and chant every day. That's why I'm so blissful. Hare Krishna. And I know which books enliven me. Over the years, different books have come to my rescue. When I first joined the movement, I was very attracted to Adi Lila chapter 7. When on Sankirtan, I would always, every few so often throughout the day, I would read Adi 7, Lord Chaitanya and 5 features. And that would get me fired up for Sankirtan, book distribution. Then I became also very much attracted to Bhagavatam. At one time, Lokanath Swami made a joke. Oh, Nirantara, you're a Bhagavatologist. I impressed him with my Bhagavatam knowledge. Then the 7 years that I was working outside, I wasn't living in the temple, I was working to maintain my family. The only thing that saved me was Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's what saved me from going crazy. Then, of course, my favorite book throughout is Krishna book. That's the book that made me a devotee. I love Krishna book. So find a book that you like to read and get into it and spend quality. And now because of coronavirus, everybody should be reading like anything. There's nothing else to do. You can't go out. Can't go. So now is the time to get into the books. You got to take what Krishna gives you. Go with the flow. Does that answer your question, sir?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
And I want to give you a special blessing. May you fully recover.
Thank you.
Back out there.
Thank you.
And take care of that San Diego temple.
Thank you.
Maybe next year we'll be able to have me come again.
Yes.
That's if you still want me to come.
Yes, we do.
Good.
We do. That'd be good.
But right now it's not safe.
Yeah. Yeah, so when you're talking about you get your favorite book, so you're just saying it could be a favorite section, favorite book, and just go over it over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, because you're deriving, you should become susukam kartum avyayam. This process is supposed to be joyful and easily performed. So don't. I didn't join this movement to perform austerities and penances. I joined this movement to be happy. So I've always found those things that made me happy, and that's what I took shelter of.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Sure.
So I don't see anybody else here in the Zoom. I don't know what's happening on Facebook.
Yeah, maybe on YouTube they might have some comments or questions if Tapas is able to tell us.
Yes, Tapas, where are you, sir?
In the Hare Krishna Dhanavad Pranam. It was a very nice, inspiring class. People in the YouTube, I see 2 comments. One from the Usha Mataji, other from the Daksha Mataji. Usha Mataji says, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Usha.
And Daksha Mataji says, Hare Krishna, full of bhakti.
Jai, may Krishna bless you and protect you. Usually people don't have questions because I preach ABCs. I don't give, mind-boggling lectures. My lectures are ABC, but I do give enthusiasm. That's my trademark. Enthusiasm and simplicity. That's what I am. If they want high level, then Dravida and Vijay, they're on the high. Me, I'm still ABCs.
That was great. Great presentation.
Jai. So Tapas, we're good to go?
Yes, Prabhu.
All right. Till
Okay.
next time.
Hare Krishna.
I'm always ready when you are, Balaram.
Okay. Thank you.
Whenever you want. I can do Bhagavatam class also.
Okay,
Whenever you want. Just
Okay.
let me know.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare.
Hare Hare. Hare Rama.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama.
Hare
Hare, Hare. Jai.
Jai.
Yeah.